what is DigitalCore all about and what is this venture. And guys, it's always great to listen to him. And I've been inspired for a lot of times now listening to him. Let's welcome Bala. Great to have you here today for the event with us. And the stage is yours. We look forward to hear from you.
Thank you a lot, Mani. Good evening, all the participants and the attendees. Let me try to share my screen.
Yes, Bala, I'm just stopping. You can share. Yeah, you can share your screen now.
Once again, good evening. So far from Mani, we heard a lot about the technical aspect of a good software entity, an organization. How can an organization be successful from the technical point of view, especially in the software side. What I thought I'll share is more from an organization standpoint. It's a small story of the organization that I'm presenting here called DigitalCore Technologies. That's exactly 6 years old. I'll share some of our experiences that may be a little bit of learning or maybe even motivating some people. First of all, I have been in the technology and IT industry for about 35 years before superannuating from Wipro Technologies about 8 years ago. So predominantly my work experience has been in the management of technology and IT industries. And along with a friend of mine who happened to be my colleague in my first job, we incorporated this particular company called DigitalCore Technologies. The purpose for which this company was started were two. Number one is to improve the employability of graduate engineers. Most of you know that there was a NASCOM survey and a finding which said that the employability of graduate engineers is pretty low in India. And when it comes to technology area, it's something like 3%. So we thought this is one problem that requires some support from people like us. The second purpose is to bring back the rigor of design in product quality. The product quality today is slipping down to testing. Primarily, it is in testing that the product quality is ensured or it is even attempted to be incorporated. So we thought that unlike the present situation, the product quality has to start from the design stage itself. So these are two things that we said this organization will address. And we limited ourselves to the embedded system domain with which we are familiar. Our major work experience has been in the embedded system domain. So this is the purpose for which the organization was started. We had a very clear vision and mission. It is very essential for any organization of any size to have a reasonable vision and a mission which is aligned to the purpose. So this was the first step we did, and we told ourselves that this will be our vision and these two will be our missions, and these missions are aligned to the two purposes for which the organization was started. And we always believed that any organization should have a social purpose in addition to its commercial viability and commercial objectives. So they are reflected in our vision and mission. Just wanted to give some facts and principle behind this organization. We incorporated this organization in 2014 July as a private limited company in Kochi. And about 3 years later, we incorporated the DigitalCore Technologies Incorporated in US, mainly for ease of doing business with American clients. There are no operations happening there, but it is an entity which is facilitating doing business with American clients. We commenced the operation in December 2014, after about 4 or 5 months of setting up our premises with a founding team of about 9 members. So these people were the core group of people. They joined the company. Most of them were known to my partner, who is the CEO of the company, and they had worked with him. So they had the allegiance to him, and then they moved over to this company. And we had a very close group of investors, mainly family and friends. The investments were required for the initial setup of the organization and for the working capital. And we were very particular that the investment does not come from outside this small group of investors. We had our own reason for making such a decision. Some of the business decisions we took is that we planned that the revenues should start flowing in from 3rd month of commencement of operation. And we should become profitable in 15 months. That means at the end of the first full financial year, 2015-16, we should be profitable. So that were the business goals for us. And I'm happy to say that we achieved that. When we closed the financial year 2015-16, we were profitable. Just to give a sense of where we are, in financial year 19-20, which is the last financial year, our revenue was about $3 million US, with about 30 to 32% profitability. Profitability matters to us, and revenue is incidental for us. The second principle is this: we should have the highest customer satisfaction and engagement, and there should be no customer issues. So these are some of the beginning principle on which the company was instituted. And at the same time, the team also needs to be quite engaged with the organization, and it is very essential for a startup. So today we are about 70 people, and the turnover of the people are less than probably 5%. And very importantly, we said that the organization will be very socially relevant, and community enrichment is one of the objective of the organization. Coming to the service line, what do? We have 2 service lines. The first one is the design services. They are all, you can link it to our purpose as well as to the mission. We do everything as embedded system design services. That means we are R&D partners for electronic product manufacturers. It could be new product development, it could be a new subsystem development, or it could be redesign of existing system, or it could be even analysis and verification of an existing product. So it is all gamuts of designing an electronic product. And the electronic product will involve the hardware. We do not do anything on the chips side. We do boards, we do subsystems, and there are software, which we call as embedded software, mostly on the Linux based, and there are logicware. which is FPGA and things like that. So basically, it is building an electronic product with the embedded software. The embedded software takes care of the protocols and the interworking of the hardware. We work between the chips and the application. That is where our play field is. In terms of the product development, domain-wise, we are with Internet of Things customers. We are working with people who are in the security and surveillance, people who are working in the consumer products, automotive, electronics, medical systems, or instruments. So wherever you see electronics, we are there. Networking, storage, high performance computing platforms and things like that. So we are domain agnostic, and whatever it makes to design the hardware and the software that runs on the hardware is our playfield area. The approach we have is slightly different from what we see. Nearly 45% of our total effort in a project goes towards requirement gathering, requirement analysis, and in design. This is something which we very diligently follow. We have our own design methodology. Compared to a normal IT industry, in the life cycle, typically you will see people spending about 20 to 25% maximum of effort in this phases of the cycle. People would like to jump to coding and testing and spend a lot of time in testing. But our approach is to spend a lot of time in the requirement gathering, analysis, ensuring that we are on the same page with the customer in terms of their requirement, and then doing a very detailed design. Once we do that, Paka, then implementation and testing becomes far more easier. What you see on the screen are some of the products that we have developed. One is a camera that is used by defense personnel. Another is used by forest department people to track animals. Another product that you see is an instrument that is fitted on aircrafts, and then display system and image processing system. So the domains with which we are working are very different. The second service line that we do is competency development. So we are trying to help the graduates, fresh graduates, to be very useful professional. By the time they go through our competency development program, they will be equivalent to about 2 years experience per people. But we also train practicing engineers, and very importantly, we teach the teachers. We believe that if we equip the teacher can equip the students very well. So our methodology is very hands-on, case study related, near lifestyle simulation. And we do not mind even training our competitors, because we believe that the country should have world-class product developers. In this competency development field, we are investing some of our effort and money in giving internship to final year EC students. Typically, our target are electronics and communication engineering students. So we try to give internship for them through a lot of hands-on experience. And sometimes these sessions act as our ground for identifying our future employees. Very importantly, we do internship for engineering college faculty. We teach the teachers how to teach their students, mainly through a lot of hands-on experiences. There are instances where we have taken lecturers and assistant professors from engineering colleges for 6 months at our cost, and put them through a project development, because most of the ECE teachers have no work experience. They all become teachers after their graduation. So they lack the work experience. That reflects in the way they are teaching the students. It reflects in the way the employability of the graduates are there. So we wanted to fix it at the beginning. So these are all non-revenue generating activity, but we think that this is very essential as a community enrichment. We have even designed a MTech course in the embedded system for the Kochi University of Science and Technologies. We have delivered them. Our people have delivered them for a year, and the teachers of the university have attended as a train the trainer mode. And from this year onwards, they are delivering by themselves. We have a very high customer engagement index. I do personally very formal customer engagement measurement to give a quantitative value. This year, our CSAT score is at 6.73 on a scale of 7. And the net promoter score is at 91%. People who are familiar with this will appreciate that they are very good score. Consistently, I give my CEO a goal of getting a CSAT score of 6.5 and above on a scale of 7. And we have been achieving it in the last 4 years. How does it reflect in the business? 95% of our revenue comes as a repeat business from our customer. I have 0 sales team and practically no sales effort or expenses. We have a very strongly bonded team. Just like we are surveying the customers, we are surveying our employees also. You can see the scores. We have a very good customer employee engagement score also. And some things which we have done differently is that the employees constitute nearly 50% of our shareholding. We share our wealth with the employees. The first founding people who have spent 5 years in the organization have been given share, and more than 50% of the shareholding is with the employees. The remaining are with the investors. And always from the day one, couple of employees are part of the board. There is transparency at the employee level for what is happening at the board. It's a socially relevant organization. We have a very well articulated CSR policy and management. And this year we have given some farm equipment to a community of a model panchayat near our office. And we have a community enrichment society, which is an employee initiative. And we support college and students with scholarship. And we provide from the company, and employees contribute. And this is a very well-run society, which normally one would not see for an organization of this size. We have given scholarship. We have given, we support generally people from a rural background. And we are even supporting a tribal school in the district of Idiki there. So it's a success story with commercially successful, and using the commercial success for the social cause also. And it has been a wonderful experience for me. Thank you. I've exceeded my time by a few minutes. Thank you, Mani.
Thank you, Bala. It was a wonderful share, and it was great to know the kind of commitment you are showing to encouragement of the rural students, and all the trainings that you are taking for the faculties, creating the second level knowledge for all the faculties to deliver the right guidance to the students, so that the students get the right knowledge. Also, the various internship programs that you run, it's been very, very inspiring to know from you. Thank you. Thank you for all that share, Bala. Thanks for that.
Thank you. Thank you, Mani.
Yeah. Now it's time to